Hey guys, my name is RJ, this is The Secret Stacks, and check out this awesome background. I'm like really geeking out about this, it's so cool. I was able to snag this from, it's actually a photography background and the photographer was getting rid of it. And it's a Halloween themed background. If you can see, there's a little bit of spider webs. You can't really see it in the pictures, but I thought it was so cool. I mean, I got my bookshelves over here. It is essentially the secret stack, so I'm really excited about it. But today I want to talk about friendships. But if you don't know, Monthly Recommendations is a Goodreads group done by Trina from Between Chapters and Kayla Rain. And it's awesome, you should definitely check it out. I'm not on Goodreads, but I'm a lurker of various Goodreads groups. So that's a whole different conversation, which at some point I'll make a video about. But when I saw that the monthly recommendations in May were going to be friendships, I was really excited because this is something that I'm really passionate about in what I read. I think it really takes a work to the next level when you have some epic friendships in there. It's actually inspired me to jump in there and make a video of my own because there is a particular point I want to make in that I've been disappointed by the lack of great male friendships in YA in particular, which is really disappointing because male friendships are really interesting and really dynamic and obviously of particular interest to me. Now I will say there are some great female friendships in YA between girls and girls, or there's a lot of good guys and girls friendships, but you don't see a lot of great male-male friendships. And this is a wall that I've run into so many times. And it's actually what initially drove me to getting into anime and manga, because I found that what I was missing in my YA books was done so well in these Japanese storylines that it just clicked. And I really want to share that with you because whether you're a current fan of manga or anime or not, it is a really easily accessible genre. There's so much out there and so diverse that there's so much to dive into that you might like, that I do want to continue to push this and share this because maybe you've been missing this aspect in your own reading experience. So if you want, you can check some of these out. So I'm going to be jumping in the corner up here while I break down 5 of my favorite manga and anime friendship stories. There's definitely nowhere else to start this list but my favorite anime of all time, Naruto. And it is really one of the greatest friendship stories ever told in my opinion. Naruto, what he goes through for all of his friends, but specifically for Sasuke and the length that he goes to save and redeem and understand his friend, it's so incredible, so powerful that it is literally, the feels are so real, gets me every time. And it's not just Naruto and Sasuke. You're talking about Shikamaru and Choji and Ino. You're talking about Naruto and Sakura. There's so many different takes on friendship. It's so dynamic and it's messy. And there's character development, there's friendship development, which you don't always get in some of these shows or some of these manga. Sometimes they feel stale. Naruto never gets that way because it's always driving the plot forward by driving these friendships forward. And it's really cool to see them evolve throughout years and years of these characters' lives. And jumping into number 2 on this list is Hunter x Hunter. It might actually be pronounced Hunter Hunter, but I like X better. But anyway, Hunter Hunter follows a young boy named Gon who is looking for his father who abandoned him, but to find him, he has to become a hunter, which is essentially a licensed adventurer. But as he goes to pursue this license, he meets up with a whole cast of characters, none of whom are more important than another young boy his age named Killua, who they just form this immediate bond, which is so much more special because of how different they are, both personality-wise, but also where they come from and how they reconcile their differences, how they complement each other's strengths. It really is such a cool story. And you've got younger characters in this one. They're about 12 years old, I think, but it's just so amazing because it's not a completely rosy friendship. They have their ups and downs and some serious challenges to their relationship, but how they react to that, how they change because of each other is just so cool. Number 3 on this list, we're going with Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is, there's so many great friendships, but no greater friendship than that between the two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric. After they lost their mother at a young age, stricken with grief, they decide to try to use alchemy to bring her back to life, which goes terribly, terribly wrong. And as they react and recover from that tragedy, and the lengths that they go to try to fix their mistakes, brings them such a closeness that goes beyond the bond of siblings, which is a bond that, frankly, because of everything that's happened to them, would have broken two less compatible people and torn them apart. But the lengths that they go for each other and how much love they have for each other goes to show you what great bonds brothers can have and how it can extend beyond friendship, which is something because I can really appreciate, because I have 3 younger brothers, no sisters, so I can definitely appreciate that brother-brother relationship. And for number 4 on this list, I'm going to switch it up a little bit and go with Your Lie in April, which will just destroy you emotionally, but just the bonds between these characters and the friendships they form in the face of adversity is just incredible. And finally, number 5 on the list, you know I had to go there. I've talked about it a lot on this channel, but Fairy Tail. There's so many awesome friendships, but nothing is better than Natsu and Lucy, which I know I've been talking about guy-guy friendships, but just like Your Lie in April, just there's so many dynamic friendship, guy-guy, girl-girl, guy-girl, but the friendship, it's one of those friendship foundations of romance that just is so solid, that just makes you love these characters, and it's just gets me every time, because these are people that I would want to be friends with, and this list could just go on and on and on. There's so many great friendships in anime, which I really appreciate, and one of the reasons I think why is because, wow, YA, the relationships, the love interest, are the point of the spear. It's really friendships in anime, where the relationships are sort of in the background, the backdrop. There's so many great storylines, just forget friendship. There's everything in manga and anime, and is a great facsimile for a lot of YA storylines, which is another thing that drew me to it, and why I think so many other booktubers should take a chance and try some of these out. And I know I've talked completely about anime and manga, and I do know that there are good YA boy friendships out there, but there's just not enough for me. But from watching other people's monthly recommendation videos, 2 that I haven't read but have intrigued me are The Raven Boys and The Darkest Minds. But my question for you guys is, do you have any stories that you love with great guy friendships, either in YA or in anime? If you do, let me know down in the comments below, and until next time, see ya.